Okay.
Yeah, just intro.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Travesty HG here, alongside with Saber HG and Gambit HG. And today we have a somewhat interesting topic for you guys. It's about Optic Gaming dropping merk, and you know, this is just pretty much our opinion about what happened. And Saber.
Yeah, so I found out the news a little while before you guys did, and like I was proper shocked because like Merk's been in the Optic Pro COD Esports team for like 3 years, and we thought the whole community for Optic Gaming just thought, holy crap, this is like a 3-day thing. They've just decided to drop Merk, but actually Optic uploaded a video. Each of the guys in the 4 out of, well, the 3 of them now, including Hex, all uploaded the same video explaining, why Joy was dropped. And at first, having to think about it, I did feel sorry for Joy and him being dropped, being the captain and all, or was officially the captain. And I don't know. After watching the video now, Joe had a lot of mental issues with himself. Now, the guys at Optic, they said, we did try and help, and for months on end, as soon as they moved into the Optic team house, Joy wasn't happy, and they did try and help him out. But now, looking from the point of view from the other 3 guys and Hex, in my opinion, changed very slightly to, I was very lenient towards Joe, and because it was just a thing that popped up really quickly, I think it took everyone by surprise. Now thinking about it and watching the video that the other guys uploaded, it seems very fair to do such a thing, and maybe it would be good for Joey if maybe he took some time out and joined the team a bit later, or in fact, if he was ready to retire from his Call of Duty competitive pro profession. So I don't know. After picking up JCap, I think that was a really good choice. I mean, JCap many years ago also played alongside a couple of the Optic guys that play there now, and he knows the team so well, and he's going to do the exact same role that Merk did, and I think it's a new freshness to the squad, and I think they possibly might start winning tournaments now. I don't know what Gambit thinks about it.
Yeah, and when I first heard about it, like you said, it was kind of a shock. It's like, wow, they're really gonna drop this guy, because yeah, he's been there, he's performing for him, and the thing is like you said, after listening to their reasonings about it and hearing, he's just, he wasn't happy with where he was at. He wasn't happy with his, his views situation. Apparently he had been upset about the fact that he wasn't getting the same amount of views and subscribers and stuff as the other guys. But, the thing is you can't compare yourself to another person. What they do and how they go about getting their viewers and their followers is them. You gotta put in your work. Just because you're on a pro team doesn't automatically entitle you to, 500,000 followers, or how many ever, it is that he was looking for.
Our flag has been taken.
And for him to just let that,
Enemy flag acquired.
hinder his performance, it really says something, about his character and about his person, and for them to drop him, I could see the reasoning behind it, and
yeah,
they just, it wasn't based on his performances alone, which he's a good player, an amazing player, but whenever you're going through situations, personal problems like you're going through, it might be time for you to take a break. Take a break, get you and yourself squared away, and then come back, and you'll probably come back twice as strong as before when you left.
Yeah, I agree.
What he's gonna do, who knows? You know,
I think
agree
he's,
with the fact? Do I agree with their roster change? Absolutely. You know, they have to do what's best for the whole team, not what's best for one person.
Yeah, I mean, they did really try help Joe, and you know, Hex was saying the fact that you know, they had many chats, you know, in the Optic house, you know, saying, you know, like, you know, Joe, what can we do to help you? And he turned around and he said, well, nothing. Well, you know, first step to road to recovery is accepting what you've got and learning how to be helped with it. Now, maybe that was just in Joe like a mental barrier that said, you know, like, I don't need any help, it's just something that's going to blow over, and obviously it hasn't, you know. Joe, obviously he's not feeling well, you know, and, you know, Nadeshot was saying that it did affect his performance a little bit, you know. He was saying that he was up to scratch, but it wasn't the Optic Merc that we all know that, you know, is an amazing assault rifle player and, you know, knows the anchors and, you know, is official professional player. Now,
well, the thing is if you're going through some stuff, you know, personally, and it's putting you off to your teammates, you know, and it's causing a rift, you know, that affects, you know, how you're gonna communicate with your team.
Reload.
You know, if you're sitting there and you're going through and
I'm out.
you've got a chip on your shoulder about something or something or anything like that, and you're not able to communicate with your teammates, you know, then that's gonna affect everybody's performance. You know, communication doesn't just affect you; it affects everybody on your team because, you know, you could have. Let's just put it like this. You know, last game, you're tied up. You're about to go. You know, you're going for the game-winning. You know, last game. And you're not giving out proper call-outs, you're not communicating with your team properly, that could cost you the tournament. That could cost you everything that you guys work for just because you have a chip on your shoulder about something that you can't, you know, it's causing you to not be able to communicate properly.
yeah, I mean, I know Hex was saying that, you know, when Scumpy first fucking got into the house, you know, he was very affected badly by, you know, not being at home, and he wasn't comfortable, but, you know, look at him now, he's definitely feeling, you know, he's performing, and, you know, that's, like you were saying as well, you know, like, chemistry is something that Merk had with the whole team, you know, they were like brothers in arms together, and, you know, they did what's best, you know, they tried doing what's best for him. Oh my god, that is a dirty two-piece. Anyway, you know, it's just, they tried helping him, and, you know, I don't think it was the fact that he didn't want to accept the help, I think he was just finding it too hard to be like, you know, I know I've got this issue, but I don't know how to, you know, solve it, and, you know, I think what was best for Merk was the fact that he was actually dropped, and I think it gives him time to recover and, you know, get himself sorted out again without the hassle of, you know, having the pressure of, and the stress of trying to make videos daily, and, you know, the other guys have fun at the Optic house and accused, you know, Merk because he was the only one grinding, you know, everyone thought, oh, well, we're going to abuse, you know, say, Big T and Nadeshot because, you know, they're on Minecraft for so many hours a day. Well, the thing is, they've got, you know, the next tournament the Optic guys go to is in a month's time anyway. So they've got to fill a month's time, you know. They grind COD every single day. But even I know sometimes COD can get overly too much, and, you know, you get to the point.
Especially towards the end of the season, like it is.
Yeah.
You know, once the end of the season rolls around and there's a new game coming out, everybody seems to not really strive as hard, you know, on the current one because, you know, you've seen what's to come. It's kind of like, you know,
Let's go.
You're gonna buy a new car, you go out to go car shopping, you find the car you want that you can afford, but you have to wait, you know, a couple of weeks for your next check or something to come through. When you go to leave that car, you go to leave that car dealership, you don't even want to be driving the car you're in because you know that you're going to be driving a nicer, newer car. It kind of puts you off towards it. The same way it goes for, you know, for games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Once you've been, you know, playing for this for almost a year, you know, and then you see the new one, you kind of don't feel as motivated to keep producing the videos, you know, to keep producing the gameplays, to keep practicing. So, you know, for those guys that are, you know, that are extremely famous, that are on the main stage and stuff like that, they get their time in, but they're people too. They should be able to fill their spare time however they see fit.
Yeah, I think the best thing Merk can do right now is just get some recovery time in, and then we'll just see what happens. You know, and I think that's what the best thing he can do right now is, you know, it was really heartbreaking for Hex because one, he didn't want to do it, and two, the fact that he's, you know, Joey's girlfriend texts Hex saying, look, Joey's never like this, he doesn't talk like this, he doesn't act like this, you know, and I'm finding it really difficult to be like, you know, just see how he talks, and, you know, he changes completely, and I think he wasn't that comfortable in the house, but it was the mental barrier of, you know, if it wasn't Joey's thing, Joey wasn't going to do it, you know. And, you know, you're in there as a team, you do stuff together, you're brothers, don't you? You do the same things as each other, you know, help each other out, and, you know, you do the stuff because you're brothers. You know, I think Joe's brain was just like, you know, I can't do that because it's not something that I would normally do. You know, and I think in some respects, you know, I think the guys were a little bit angry about that because it was like, you know, we're given the opportunities to come out and do stuff with the team, and, you know, and he's just been like, no, I don't want to do that. I've got no motivation to, you know, to do stuff like that, and I think recovery time is the best time that you can actually have right now.
Our flag
You know,
has
the
been
thing
captured.
is, as far as like recovery time, you know,
Hostiles
I
have
don't
taken
think
our
it's so
flag.
much as him needing recovery time
They
as
dropped
much
our
as
flag.
him needing to just sort his
Our
stuff.
flag is secure.
Yeah.
Get whatever it is that he's got going on, sorted out and situated. You know, whether that's him needing a break from
We have the enemy
professional
flag.
gaming or him needing a break from the house. You know, because granted, that might be the issue. It might be the fact that, you know, he wasn't comfortable in the situation with him having to be in the house. And, you know, the only way to know is to hear it from his mouth, you know, and if he's not comfortable enough discussing it with his own teammates, you know, we'll probably never hear anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it goes. So whatever he's got going on,
Our flag has been taken.
it's for him to figure out and for him to get sorted.
Yeah.
You know, would I love to
that's
see
what-
him get back into the game and really start, you know, performing like he used to, being the player that we all know and love? Absolutely. He was
Be advised.
Yeah.
top-notch,
Hostiles have captured our
great
flag.
player, great guy, and everything like that. But
Enemy flag
it's,
acquired.
it's some things just need to be put on hold. Sometimes people need a break.
Attack reload.
Yeah, that's acceptable. I think the thing is with
We have the enemy flag. Hostile flag returned.
Saber, you cut out.
Enemy flag acquired. They dropped our flag.
Oh, that could be why.
oh, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
Our flag carrier is down.
So, you know, the thing is that Merk's videos were really good.
Enemy flag
I
acquired.
don't know if you guys agree, or if you ever watched them.
The thing is when people watch Merk's gameplays, you know, the problem is this is with any other, our gameplays, you know, and any other team's gameplays, anybody who does gameplays, they're automatically going to try to compare you, or whoever it is, us, and whatever team, to the rest of these guys, you know, and it, you know, it puts more of a strain on, like, people like us and Merk and stuff like that, that, you know, not everybody is charismatic, if you will, as
Yeah.
Scumpy or Nade Shot or some of these other guys, you know.
We've captured the enemy
So
flag.
for you know the people that are like that, it's not easy. You know, it's making videos and doing that kind of things and doing a lot of commentaries and live streams and stuff
Our
like
flag
that
has been taken.
might not be as easy for them.
Yeah.
You know, but he did really great. You know, his videos are good. People can learn something from watching
Lightning
his
strike
videos.
coordinates received.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, his Coach Merk series. Oh my god, I love that so much, and it is. I find it such a shame that he had to give that up because to anchor. Yeah, I'm a slayer, but I learned to anchor just from watching Merk's videos and how he played the game. I learned the spawns in 2 days straight just from watching that. You know, all the main game mods. You know, slumps. You know, Alpha CTF, everything like this. I learned off Merk, and you know, his videos were very much high-end kind of videos. They were, you know, he thought about what he was going to do. You know, he wasn't mistakenly just going into video and not knowing what he was going to talk about. He knew exactly what he was on about. You know, and I'm definitely going to miss that if he takes a break. Honestly, I really am.
Good job.
Really going to miss it because I don't think a lot of people understand that. You know, you might not take it in knowingly, but you take it in through your brain. And the thing is, I've learnt to play a lot of this game literally just because of Merk. You know, I came in this game late for various, and now I don't know. You guys see me play, and I play alright. I'm not that bad of a player.
Friendly stealth chopper.
Yeah,
I think.
now,
Hostiles have destroyed your
to
equipment.
kind of touch on the video that the other Optic guys made, you know, there is you know one thing, you know, I feel like from my standpoint, honestly, I don't think I would have felt comfortable kind of putting his business out there. I understand they needed to let people know why they did it, you know, so that way it wouldn't fall back on them to make them look like the bad guy, like they just wanted him out, they didn't want him there anymore. So I can kind of understand the reasoning for the video.
We've pulled forward.
Yeah, I do.
You know, some things I feel could have been, you know, left unsaid. You know, as far as, you know, him being, you know, and at one point in time, I believe that, I think it was Hex said that he was mentally unstable, or one of them said something about being mentally unstable.
Yeah, and then Hex brought up about him being stressed. He wasn't that he was mentally unstable, he was stressed.
Being stressed out and being, you know, pressured to perform constantly will get to anybody. You know, it'll get to anybody. But to say that they're mentally unstable, that's, you know, I don't agree with that. I think Merk is far from mentally unstable. I think it's more along the lines of he needed to take a break. He needed time away from it. To, you know,
I think it was just the wrong choice of wording. Yeah, I mean, I think he was thinking. I think he'd stress, but it just came out differently. Yeah.
I mean, from
I think
that's a possibility.
I mean, from Merk's side, you hands down, you're on the top, one of the top competitors teams, but you're also with, you know, one of the two biggest names in the sports entertainment is Scumpy and Nade Shot, so it will be kind of intimidating at first.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the Optic standpoint, I look at what Optic did compared to when I first joined Hectic. Gambit straight up was straightforward with everyone, saying, "Hey, you know, this is what we're doing. This is a short term. This is a long term. There's not going to be any BS or anything like that." I mean, he's like, "You can be the best player in the world, but if you're sitting here, you know,
Be advised, hostiles have returned their flag.
you know, making friends with us, or if you're not into our like little group or here or there, you know, you're gone. Because we don't want that bad blood. We don't want that drama. We don't want the crap." And we have plenty of players come and go because of that. But yet, you know, we're still here. We're still going strong, and we're going to just keep going off of that. And that's pretty much what Optic had to do, even though they're on a bigger level.
Absolutely. Yeah, they instantly have more publicity. Where we get guys that are coming and going, they were in the same spot before too. When they first started, I'm more than sure that they had guys come and go. Just because, you know, just because you're a good player, man, that doesn't mean anything. If you can't play well as a team, you know, and you can't provide that teamwork for the other guys, then you're pretty much useless. You know, just because you can carry a team in pub games or something like that, it is a whole nother ball game when you have 4 other guys that can do the exact same thing as you.
Hostile flag carrier is
You,
down.
you can't carry a game against that. That's like you trying to carry a game against yourself.
Complete. Don't quit now.
Yeah, you got it's like 1 versus 4 then. Yeah.
Especially
Now, you can either choose to do that and end up getting kicked out of whatever group you end up in, because that's what's going to happen. Nobody's going to tolerate that kind of person for long, especially in a pro position. Or you can, you know, play along. You can play along, give out your call-outs, get along with everybody, have good chemistry, which, you know, like I was saying earlier, not everybody's the same. Not everybody has the same charisma as other people. You know, so it might be a little bit harder. So the thing is you need to build that rapport with, you know, the guys you're playing with. If you're not communicating and you're not building that rapport, how do you expect them to give you the support that when you're not giving it to them? You know, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is
I think
merk. Another thing that merk, you know, yeah, we're gonna go back to the whole thing from what they said, that I guess him not getting as many views and stuff like that. You know, you could go and look at his YouTube. He's far from not getting views. You know,
oh yeah,
he's got tons of views, tons of followers on Twitter. You know, I just don't think he's seeing his own worth. At this point, I don't think he's seeing his own worth at this point. You know, Lord forbid if Merk ever, you know, got to listen to this or ever got around to listening to it, you know, I just want him to know, dude, you have followers, you have fans, you have subscribers, you have people watching your videos. You know, it's nothing like that. You know, you just so happen to be on a team with 2 of the biggest personalities in esports right now. So,
yeah, I mean, Merk, 150,000 subscribers and just over 3 million video views. You know, you're not doing bad. Honestly, that anyone who is starting doing this would dream of having 150,000 subscribers. It's not the same as Merk. You know, Merk. It's not the same as maybe Scumpies or Nature. Sorry, even, you know, big timers on just started, but those 150,000 subscribers are legit fans of yours. They're no one else's. You know, they can subscribe to, you know, Scumpy. Yeah, fair enough. But they are your fans, you know, and they're always going to be your fans.
They follow you for a reason. You know, they're not just following you just because. You know, they've got to have a legitimate reason for following you. They're not just going to subscribe to your channel just to be like, oh, look, it's a random channel, I'm going to subscribe to it. They're watching your content. You know, they're checking you out. They're listening to what you have to say. You know, there's probably many of a COD player out there right now that's a better player for the fact that, you know, he's, you know, made these videos, made these educational
Saber.
for, you know, for these guys and for us, for everybody to see it. You know, I personally do not see. I personally haven't seen any of Scumps or Made Shots videos where it's honestly
educational. That's exactly what I was going to come on. That's exactly what I was going to come on. Yeah. I mean, he, you know, Merk is the only person. Fair enough, a lot of people know how to play the game professionally or like to that standard, but it's just different when you have a guy that plays professionally. He goes to MLG events, he's in the esports community, and he knows exactly what he's on about. It's ridiculous some of the stuff he comes up with. You know, his last coach Merk how to use score streaks and express, and he did it with so much precision and so well. I was thinking, wow, I'm not going to get that off anyone else. No one else is going to turn around and be like, well, this is how you should do it, and if you do it like this, you know, you could win a round. You never know. But that's exactly the type of content I like to watch. You know, I like these educational videos that helps me become a better player, because that's just the type of person I am, and no one else in the Optic, you know, team does that ever. No, I've never seen anyone ever do that. Nature, no, you know, he doesn't do a lot. He's there, and Scumpy's there for entertainment. You know, Big Timer does his own thing, but Merk's there for the education. It's exactly what I love about Merk. And you know, I just think, yeah, it's a real shame that, you know, he's going through a lot of stuff, but you know, I honestly, you know, he can pick himself back up. You know, he's got a lot of support around him. He's got a lot of family. He's got his girlfriend. You know, I think he just did need a break. I think that is exactly what the thing he needed, and removing the stress of going to events and traveling and grinding, you know, all day, and with the, you know, with the added addition of live streaming, is, you know, it's a huge ordeal, that, and you know, I think it'll do him the world of good just to get back on his feet again. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to wrap it up here, but I think I've said everything I want to say, and you know, all I can really say to Merk is, you know, just you'll get through it, bro. Honestly, you will do. It's just take time and just have a break and see where you are. Don't rush into anything else. You know, anything to do with you know, you maybe need a fresh start. Maybe that's your thing. You just got to decide what is your thing. You know, and if joining a new professional team is what you want to do, then I'm still gonna follow you.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No matter where he goes, he's still gonna have fun. You know,
Oh yeah.
He can just not do professional stuff anymore and just honestly do videos, and people will still follow him. People will still subscribe. It's because, you know, he's Merk. You know, everybody knows Merk.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a nobody that just randomly popped up on the scene. You know, he's already established. He's well established. You know, so he's got the credentials. He's got, you know, everything he needs. You know, it's just it's whatever he decides to do with his time now. I think, me personally, I think, you know, if he was to just not do anything, he'd be missed. You know, people would miss Merk.
Yeah.
Hostile care package inbound.
Won't be the same. Yeah, I think we just it's just a road to recovery, and maybe it might do in the world of good. You don't know. It's just one of those things you got to find out for yourself, and you know, I think the Optic guys do generally, you know, they don't regret having to say, you know, Merk, we've got to drop you. I think it's just you know, they are good friends, and you know, Merk has been teaming with Optic for what, 3 years. He was the captain, you know, and maybe it's good for both, you know, Optic and Merk. You know, having Jacob on the team is unreal. You know, he's one of the most established Call of Duty players for Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. So, you know, I think it might do them a world of good to have a new AR player. I know he's coming in very shortly to the team house. He's got to finish up some medical stuff, but you know, I think that's it. I think he'll do fine.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Don't forget to